Two visions for Britain. One delivered chaos, broken promises, and the worst start to a government in living memory. The other offers hope, clarity, and policies that actually help working people. Keir Starmer's first 100 days as Prime Minister were described by experts as easily the worst start to a government's time in office in living memory. His approval rating plummeted to -26, worse than Nigel Farage. Think about that. The Prime Minister is less popular than the man the establishment has spent 30 years trying to destroy. And it is not surprising, because while Starmer spent his first 100 days cutting winter fuel for pensioners, accepting over £100,000 in freebies, and lying about a fictional black hole, Nigel Farage has been laying out a vision for Britain that actually makes sense. Lower taxes, controlled borders, investment in public services, respect for democracy. Everything Starmer promised and failed to deliver. This is the total contrast, and it explains why Reform UK is now leading in the polls. Before we compare these two visions, quick favor. If you are finding this useful, hit that subscribe button right now. Over 92% of you watching have not subscribed yet. It is free, takes 2 seconds, and genuinely helps us keep making these videos. And while you're at it, smash that like button and ring that notification bell so you never miss our political breakdowns. If you've already done it, you're brilliant. Right, let us contrast the chaos with the vision. Let us start with Starmer's first 100 days, because they were an absolute disaster. He came into office promising to change Britain, to restore trust, to get the economy growing, to fix public services. And what did he actually deliver? Cuts, scandals, broken promises, and economic stagnation. His first major policy decision was to cut winter fuel payments for 10 million pensioners. 10 million, £300 each, taken away, in the middle of a cost of living crisis, while energy bills were rising. And what was his justification? A £22 billion black hole in the public finances allegedly left by the Conservatives. Except that black hole was fictional, made up, a lie. Jeremy Hunt, the former chancellor, called it fictitious. The Office for Budget Responsibility later confirmed that the productivity downgrade Reeves used to justify the fiscal crisis was offset by wage growth and inflation. There was no hole. It was a political invention designed to justify breaking promises. That was day one of Starmer's vision for Britain, lying to the public and robbing pensioners. And then there was the freebie scandal. Over £100,000 in gifts since 2019. Taylor Swift tickets were thousands. Arsenal matches, designer clothes for his wife, fancy glasses, accommodation from labor donor Lord Wahid Ali, all while he was cutting winter fuel for pensioners. The hypocrisy was breathtaking, and when the backlash became unbearable, Starmer agreed to pay back £6,000. 6,000 out of 100,000, less than 6%. That's Starmer's version of accountability. Token gestures while hoping people forget, and his approval rating collapsed. By the end of his first 100 days, 73% of the public disapproved of him. His net favorability hit -26, worse than Nigel Farage. That tells you everything about how people see Starmer's leadership, or lack of it. Now, let us look at policy. What did Starmer actually achieve in 100 days? He ended strikes by doctors and railway workers. Good, except he did that by giving them everything they wanted. Massive pay rises with no productivity improvements. He threw money at the problem. That's not governing, that's surrender. He scrapped the Rwanda deterrent day one. No replacement, no plan, just cancel the only policy that might have stopped the boats. And what happened? Crossings surged. 2024 became a record year. 50,000 people crossed illegally on Starmer's watch. That's his immigration policy. Open borders dressed up as compassion. He introduced bills on workers' rights and renters' protections, except most of those rights won't come into force until 2026. So for his first 100 days, it was all talk, no actual delivery. He set up Great British Energy, a publicly owned green energy firm that doesn't actually produce any energy. It's a logo and a press release, nothing more. He lifted David Cameron's ban on onshore wind. Good, but then he announced Britain would miss its climate targets anyway because Rachel Reeves' budget cut green investment. So what was the point? And then there was Sue Gray, Starmer's chief of staff, the super civil servant who was supposed to create a smooth government apparatus. She was forced out after 3 months. 3 months, amid reports of infighting, micromanagement, and earning more than the Prime Minister himself. Her departure was described as a reset,